Hey guys, it's Chubrizard back with another video. So today we're going to be doing a tutorial for Minecraft. Now, I know this isn't exactly the regular terrain that you're going to spawn in on. So you might spawn in near some trees, but where we've spawned in is a desert, like an orange sand or a mesa kind of place next to an ocean. Right over there's a desert. So sometimes if you smash dead bushes, you're going to get sticks. So it's gonna be pretty essential since there's no wood in mesas and deserts. So your main goal if you spawn not near trees is going to be to find resources as quickly as possible. You might even want to gather some sand, and you'll find out why later. So just maybe even some dirt too, because dirt can actually be pretty useful for building. So we're just gonna mine up some dirt with our useful stick that's not very useful right now. And grab any blocks. Okay, so the issue with building with sand is if you place it and there's no block under it, it will fall straight to the ground. So you're gonna want some dirt in case. Because if you plan on building a roof on a house or anything, then you can't use sand. So you're just gonna break these dead bushes until you have like 8 to 10 sticks, I would say. Oh, okay. So now our next goal is immediately we need wood. Wood is essential for building. So that over there is a mesa. From what I know, there are no trees in a mesa biome. Although it does have a lot of clay. Clay is actually very useful. Without wood, though, you can't utilize clay. So our next goal is to find wood. A village would also be a good thing. Okay, what was that? I thought I saw. Did I? No, I don't think I did. Of course I didn't. So if you spawn in a desert, you should probably gather what resources you can that are unique to that place. Or like any useful resources. Sugarcane is very useful because you can create, like, you can use it for recipes and other stuff, but right now we're just trying to do a basic tutorial. So we have to get out of the desert if we want to survive, because at night the desert becomes super hard to survive in. It is very hard without weapons, and we cannot create weapons without wood. What we can do is create a wall at night, or a moat that just has to be 1 block wide, because there are no mobs, save spiders, I believe, that can jump. Mobs can climb. Spiders can lunge, but they have the ability to climb up walls, unlike other mobs who cannot. So one of the things you're going to need to grab out of the desert on your way are cacti. Cacti are very useful in surviving, because if you get stuck in the desert overnight, you are going to have a lot of trouble without some cacti. Let's see, we have to get out of this desert. There are 2 ways to get out of an area. See, stone would be great, but of course we can't mine it. The 2 main ways would be either to wander in any one direction, or to look for the nearest biome that could be connected to a forest or anything like that and head there. But we should probably just continue this way. Yo, I think that was a monster. Oh no. This could be bad. I think I just went in a big loop. I might. So we're just gonna start swimming if we can. I see trees. Okay, we're doing good. Even if it's only one tree, that's very good. If you when you go in the water, if you sprint underwater, you will start swimming, so you can go in 1 block spaces. But you're gonna need to resurface for a bit to regain your air. So, this is a plains biome right by an ocean, which is actually really good because you can fish in any amount of water. But once you have found wood, you need to immediately come over to the tree and just start mining it. It doesn't matter what you use. Well, I mean, as long as you don't use a weapon or anything. Just punch the wood if you have to. You can literally use your fist. So, now that we have wood, once we finish mining up the tree, it's important to mine up the tree because there's something you need that falls from the tree called a sapling. And this lets you plant another tree, and sometimes you get multiple saplings. So we're going to take this oak log and put it in our crafting area. Then every time you click, it creates however many planks. 4. Each log is 4 planks. Now, if you hold shift and hit the left click button, it will make it all into planks and send it to it has some sort of classification area, like it sends it to a certain area. So now you place it on the crafting table using right click. Then you interact with objects by pressing right click. Now we already have some sticks. Normally to craft some sticks, you would make that pattern giving you 4 sticks. But we have to create a few tools. So 2 sticks, and you make a T using sticks and planks, and you will get yourself a wooden pick. It may not seem like much, but it will come in handy. Because to make better tools, you have to mine stone. So you're not going to see any stone lying around the surface, or if you do, then you're pretty lucky if you found wood in the same area. So what we do is we get a little hole started, and we're going to start digging like this. 1 block, 2 block, and you should come to stone pretty quickly. Mine it, you hold left click to mine stone. And this will get you, stone is a lot better than wood. The only reason you're probably going to need wood is crafting new crafting table. Well, wood, stone, it's all very important for various things. There's 2 ways to build a house, which I will go into. This way number 1 is relatively simple. You're just going to basically make a pit. A 3x3 pit creates a pretty simple home. You're going to need something to create light in there, which is the problem with digging underground. Or also for your first night, if you have sand, dirt, wood, stone, whatever, you can build a home. So let's say I'll just use some dirt. Now, there are 2 ways you can build an above ground house. Well, actually there's a lot. But the main way would be to build up to, and you're just going to build a house that is a 3x3 house. And you can, like, put down some sand if you want. Anything to complete it. The second way to build an above ground house, and probably the less safe way, is to do this. No mob, except spiders, can climb up 2 blocks or jump up 2 blocks. I do not recommend doing this for a house because you will very easily get hit by skeletons' arrows and spiders will easily notice you. And if you dig down a block, it'd be better just to build the underground house or to just... Okay, it's almost night. So these are our house choices. So we're doing okay. So I'm going to choose to stay in this house. Reason being, if I stand in here, zombies and other melee mobs cannot hit me unless you have a spider, which can literally just go up the wall. A skeleton or a creeper will notice me. Creepers explode. Come up to the wall and explode. But if we go in here, I can put 2 pieces of sand and we are completely safe. As long as we don't go looking around or anything like that, we will be fine. Now, you might want to add a roof, because roofs give you a lot more safety against mobs like spiders. For a one-night house, you're not really going to need a tall roof, because this is literally just here to keep you from dying on your first night. By your second night, you will probably have enough resources to defend yourself against mobs. So it's dark in here, which is not necessarily a good thing. Mobs won't spawn in here, so we can just sit in a corner all night, or we can use our time to do some good stuff. We can take cobblestone, and if we make a complete circle without a center, it will give us a regular furnace. If we take wood and do the same thing, we will get a chest. Now we can complete our little setup here. Now, the one thing we are missing is a bed. Beds are very useful. They allow you to sleep through night and through storms. If there is a mob, the reason you're going to need to expand your house is because if mobs are within a certain range of your bed, you cannot sleep. And I mean cannot. So one reason you might want to take out this center block, because spiders don't fit through 1 block holes, and no mob's gonna be up there. But the reason you're gonna want a 1 block hole is so that you can see if it's day or night. So the safest way to do this would be to take, just in case a mob spawns, build up almost like a chimney would be. No mob will be getting in here now. So now we can tell if it's day or night by the sky. So now, next thing to do is going to be to start a basic mine. What you're going to do is you're just going to dig down enough that you won't break through this wall, but you can still do some mining. So you're going to end up with dirt for a bit. You're not going to find any stone until you dig down several levels. Then you're going to start hitting a mix of stone and dirt. So we'll use our pick on the stone, and we'll use our fist on the dirt. Now, once we're down far enough, we need to dig outward. And make sure that it's not too big, because mobs will start spawning if we aren't careful. That's exactly what we're looking for. Okay, this is pretty lucky. So, this black ore here is called coal. Once you get 1 piece of coal, the first thing you're going to do is take it, put it straight above a stick, and you will get a torch. Torches are a source of light, and they don't burn out. So that will keep mobs from spawning in our little underground mine. We're going to put one here. That way we don't have to worry. Okay, so now, if you're lucky enough to have all of this in one night, we can replace our little sandy door with an actual oak door. Now, you might be thinking, why not just leave the hole in the ceiling? First of all, when you get farther on in the game, you're not going to want a hole in your ceiling in every room. So, what we can do here is, this is a little risky. You're going to build out and then put the door down. Now we can see outside, so we no longer need this hole. So at some point you can get rid of that. And now you right click on a door to open / close it. And you can see out the window. And the window, no mob can see through windows. They can see through solid holes though. It's like if you break a hole in the wall and call it a window, the mobs aren't going to be like, oh, window, we can't see through it. Glass they can't see through. Doors they can't see through. Okay, I can hear some mobs. Now, when you're mining, there's a chance to run into a cave or into lava. Main thing to never do, never dig straight down and never dash ahead while you're mining. Because if you just step immediately onto the block, into the area you just mined out, you might fall into lava and lose everything. When you die without setting some special stuff up, you will lose everything. Now, say you want to play the game a bit differently. Let's say you don't want to lose everything. What you're going to do is you need to have cheats on when you create the world. You're going to put /game rule, keep inventory, and then make sure and you can hit tab to fill in the command, and then you're going to put true. What that does is no matter how many times I die, I will not drop my stuff upon death. You can toggle that command so you can set it to false again, but that's just there for people starting out who don't have much experience with fighting or survival. That way when you do die, you don't lose everything. Now, you may be thinking, oh, okay, so if I die, what happens? You respawn at the spawn point. That may not sound too bad, but you will respawn away from your house unless you've built your house at the spawn point. Now, the way to prevent this is to build a bed. Of course, we don't have a bed. Now, see, we have a basic amount of survival. We have the necessities. There's things outside. The last thing I want to show you is building a garden. Actually, I'm going to show you. Okay, so now you can build a stone tool. You use the same recipe for wood, just substitute wood for stone. You can't build a stone chest. So I'm just going to show you all the tool recipes that I can think of. You can build an axe. And you can even build a hoe, which will let you do some gardening. So what happens is, to build a garden, you're going to right-click on a patch of dirt, and then take some wheat seeds, which you get from breaking grass, and put it in. Now, if I had a bucket and some water, I could dig this out and put the water here, and it would keep the ground wet or moist. And what that does is it keeps it from becoming untilled. So if I break this out and I wait long enough, here, we'll do a bit of mining, that will become untilled. And we will have to re-till it every time. And I do not want to have to do that. So the resources go up as you go, and there's iron, diamonds, there's all kinds of things you can build. Luckily, there's a recipe book that they've added. Seriously, it hasn't until... The other thing you can do... Oh, I forgot one recipe. You can build a shovel, which is very useful for digging through dirt, gravel, and sand. The other thing you can do with a shovel is, let's say I want a nice pathway to my house. So once the sun rises, we'll be able to go out. But what I can do is I can say, okay, let's take this block, and you right-click on any grass block, and it will give it this, like, yellowish top. And that way you can make paths to guide people. You can't do it on regular dirt. It has to be grass. And you can't place anything on those blocks, which is sad. But, you know, you can put a little path leading to your house. Just like that. This will... See, it just became untilled. So, that's everything. If you let this sit long enough, it will grow into wheat. If you put water here, it helps a bit, but not much. Now, the last thing is basically cooking food. Now, just because if I don't have game rule on, I'll lose all my stuff. The things I won't need when going out, I can stow away in this treasure chest. So, right now, I'm going out to kill some mobs to get food. what you can do is you can right click on this and put the coal under here. The coal can cook up to 8 items. 1 coal equals 8 items. So now some mobs, creepers, Enderman, which is that, oh, where'd it go? That thing in the corner of my screen, if you point the cursor in the center at its head, I believe, it will become angry and it will try and kill you. And if you don't have armor and decent weapons, it will succeed. Now, there's once you kill a mob, so we're gonna try and kill this cow. If you jump and swing as you come down, like that, you will do a critical hit. You do extra damage to the mob. Now, the mobs will run, which is why you might want to use an axe against them. So we got leather and raw beef. So you will eventually get hungry, which is this little thing down here. That's your hunger. Now, you can cook beef. And what that will do is it'll give you something. You can eat raw beef, it's just not very good. Now, once you cook up the beef, you'll be able to eat it, and it will give you even more food back. It'll turn into steak, which is good, which is very good. Raw beef only restores a little bit, but steak, let's see if I can. I'm trying to exhaust myself a bit. Here we go. Just so I can show you how good steak is. We're gonna exhaust ourselves. Don't try and exhaust yourself in survival Minecraft. I'm doing this just because I need to show you guys how good steak is. So we need to exhaust ourselves as much as we can, which is actually relatively hard in some cases. It only takes a minute or so. So anyway, you're just gonna sprint around and hit the space bar as much as you can in a small space. And that will begin to take away from your hunger. And you will start starving. And if your hunger runs out, you'll start taking damage. And you need to eat. In most modes, in most difficulties, you won't die. In hardcore, you can die from starvation. So, now we've lost 6 points of hunger. So we eat 1 steak. It restores 4 points of hunger. Raw beef restores a lot less. You should always cook your food. In Minecraft, anyway. Now, for sheep, if you're someone like me, I don't like killing sheep. But you can kill them for wool if you want. So once you get wool, you can craft a bed. The recipe, you need 3 planks and 3 pieces of wool that are the same color. Now, if you don't want to kill sheep, the alternative is creating shears, which requires you to smelt 2 pieces of iron ore and then craft shears. Shears allow you to take the wool off of sheep without hurting them. Cows, you have to kill them to get... Oh, wait. Cows, if you have a bucket, you can milk them by right-clicking on them. Milk completely gets rid of all effects. Like, even the worst effects, milk just gets rid of it. So, I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you want the seed, I put in YouTube time with a capital Y. That's the seed for this. Here's the seed. No slash, though. That's the seed. I hope you liked today's video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below if this helped you or not. And tell me if there are any other things you'd like to see involving Minecraft. And hopefully you guys are checking out my other videos. There are some Minecraft Dungeons videos out there that you should really check out. I hope you like it. I will see you guys in the next video.